Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movement Education Series. Today we are going to be wrapping up crawling. So far I've shown you 3 different variations of crawling. I've shown you forward and back, left and right, and then the crab walk. So today we're going to be covering the tall bear crawl. And this is a really important movement, not only for developing strength and endurance, but it's really going to help build overhead mobility with the shoulders, as well as pike mobility or flexibility in terms of helping to open up the hamstrings and the hips. So this is what that looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into kind of the top of a push-up, just like this, or a plank. I'm going to push my hips back and up, and I'm going to try to keep my knees as straight as I can. And then from here, just like the other crawls, I'm going to lift the opposing hand and foot, and I'm going to try to lift and set them down at the same time. As you can see, I'm really trying to bring my chest as close as I can to my knees, keeping my knees and my arms straight. So just a couple things to point out about this one. Like I said, we're really working on that overhead shoulder mobility. So that's really going to help, again, like I said, benefit you in that regard in terms of being able to reach up overhead, which is a really important thing, right? If we're changing light bulbs, or if you have, again, more advanced goals such as wanting to be able to get into hand balancing, handstands, that kind of stuff. And it's also, like I said, it's going to help improve our hamstring and our calf mobility by stretching those tissues out in an active fashion. And so I realize that many people are very stiff in those areas, and they're not necessarily going to be able to get into that big of a range of motion. So if you're really restricted or you're tight, that's okay. You just start with where you can, and how you know if you're doing it correctly is, first and foremost, the hands need to stay flat on the floor. So you should not come up on the knuckles like this. Okay, that's a good way to injure your hands or your wrists. Hands stay big, nice and open and flat on the floor. And then if, say, you're really tight, you just go back as far as you can. Maybe it's only here to start, or maybe you do need to bend your knees just slightly to take some tension off the hamstrings. But the whole point is we're just trying to gain control and competence in this pattern. And as you improve, or as you get more comfortable in it, you're going to notice that you'll be able to figure out how you can compress more. So you'll definitely feel your abs, or you should feel your abs doing working in this exercise, because again, the goal is we're trying to get our hips up as high as we can and kind of fold as much as possible. And that pike position is a really important shape or position to be in for anybody, whether you're an athlete or you're not an athlete. It's really critical in terms of having a healthy spine, having good flexibility or lengthening in the tissues on the backside of your body. And like I said, it's a great way to build overhead mobility and strength, especially if you have aspirations for, again, anything, whether you're playing an overhead throwing sport, or you want to get into hand balancing, or you just want to have healthy shoulders. Again, all those things are gonna help with this, or you're gonna be able to hopefully realize that with this exercise. So there you have it. That's crawling. Again, work this one in with the other crawling patterns. Let me know how it goes, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks.